Arsenal fans, we don't need as much signings as you think we do. I know it's been slow. I know the club are doing what they usually do and they need to pull their finger out. But truth be told, I'm not really trying to look at what other teams are doing. I'm just trying to look exactly at what the club needs, right? Welcome back, guys, to my channel. I've waited for a while and just to analyze things. Today, I wanted to quickly talk about Arsenal's transfer business, the fixtures of the opening, well, the fixtures, the first couple of fixtures that Arsenal are going to have, and then just to see what the other teams are doing as well. Not to comment of them in comparison to Arsenal, just to talk general football. Now, starting with Arsenal, right? Look, if you ask me at the start of the window, Tosin, what do Arsenal need to do in order to have a successful transfer window? I would have told you simple. I would have said buy a striker, buy a winger, buy a new left back to replace Zinchenko, and buy a press resistant number 6. Now, we're how many weeks into the transfer window? Other teams have made their signings, and my stance has not changed. We only need 4 players. Like this, our team has got a strong base. We don't. Yeah, it needs work, but it doesn't need as much work as people are making it out to be. Now, what's the thing that's annoying me about Arsenal? Personally, I don't know about other fans, but I don't really like this whole, oh, this team has done this. Why aren't we doing this? Oh, Man United have bought Cunha. Why aren't we doing this? Oh, Liverpool have bought Wirtz. Why aren't we doing this? It's true. Those are good signings. We'll talk about them later. Those are really good signings, especially Liverpool. That's a really good signing to add to an already good team that just won the league. But but in the same way, you wouldn't do this in any other profession. If you keep constantly focusing on what the opposition is doing, if you keep constantly focusing on what the other person or the other team are doing, and you don't spend enough time focusing on what you're doing, that's stupid. Now, I'm not saying don't actually acknowledge, okay, these teams are making moves, but I think there's no point doing this whole waiting around, looking what everyone else is doing. No, let's just focus on our own game. How about that? Now, focus on our own game. Let's be serious. Arsenal need to pull their finger out. The only thing that's annoying me, I'm not annoyed at what we're doing in comparison to other clubs. I couldn't care less. I'm annoyed because of the same nonsense antics that our club likes to do. Fair enough, Zubimendi. It looks like that deal is done. That's a much needed signing. That's a press resist. You saw what we're gonna get. And I'm confident we'll get him because we got the here we go. Regardless of all the Real Madrid rumors, I got even friends messaging me. Oh yeah, I'm like, no, it looks like it's done, right? So granted, fair enough, it's done. You're telling me, okay, accounting stuff and blah 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 blah, and no, they want it to be done in their accounting year in July and blah 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 blah. I find it funny. Why is it always us? Why is it always us that have these little, these little things? Why do our deals for players that we really want? Why does this stuff happen? Why is it just with us that maybe I'm being hyperbolic here, but you get what I mean. I just find with us, it's just always some little detail that, oh, it's not done because of this. There's an accounting. It has to be done in July. Oh, it's not done with this because he wants to go to his dog's funeral. It's not. It's always something. Like it's always something. But you know what? Even that, I'll take it. I think Zubi's coming. That's one out of the 4 we need, right? Tell me though, why is Sheshko taking so long? I don't care about Gyökeres, right? I spoke about both of these two in my last video when I was in Albania, right? I spoke about them. It is what it is. It looks like we want Sheshko. That's a good signing. I will take him. I'll take Sheshko. He's athletic. He's going to get me goals. I'll take him. I don't mind. I will take him. He's fast. He's clearly a good player. I will take him. He's from the RB. I've said all of this in my previous video. He's from the RB system. They produce good players. Sadio Mane is an RB system player. Dominic Szoboszlai is an RB system player. Erling Haaland is an RB Red Bull system by RB Red Bull system player. I don't mind. I'll take Chesko. My thing is why are we quibbling over a few couple million? Just get the player. If you want him, get him. Just get him. I'm seeing the prices we've been quoted are 68 million, between 68 million and what is it? 68 to around between 68 to 80 million, give or take. It's a lot of money, but that's the market you're in. That's the market you're in. Hoyland got signed for how much? Nearly 70 M's. He got signed for 70 M's. Deal with it. Deal with it. That's the market. That is the market. Like, these are, we can't moan and complain. Like, the thing that frustrates me about Arsenal is that this is a player you've been chasing for 2 seasons. 2 seasons. We tried to get him last season. He decided to stay. We were looking at him in January, decided to stay. What more work could you need to do? What more investigation? What more, bro? You should have a price. You should have had this confirmed by January, because the player wants to come. He's always wanted to come. You should have this locked down. Like, okay, we're gonna come. I just don't understand what's taking so long. And the thing about Arsenal is that when it comes to players we want, right? Good players that we think are going to add to the team, we drag our heels in. When it comes to players that we don't want, we're swift. I didn't see this take this long with Fabio Vieira. I didn't see this take this long with Kai Havertz. We signed him for 65 million, paying him nearly 300k a week. Why didn't that take long? Tell me, why did that not take long? So that's the only thing I have. Just get the deal done. Get it done. And then once we get a striker on top of Zubimendi, give me a left winger. Give me a left. Yes, I'm seeing all the stuff. Rodrigo, he doesn't want to come. Williams doesn't want to come. Like, cool, I respect the ambition. I respect us going for, but these guys do not want to come. Just accept it. Like, I don't get gassed when I see this stuff with Fabrizio and Rodrigo. It doesn't move me, because I know these guys aren't going to come. I think we've just got to be smarter. Like, I want to understand, what's our scouting network like? Maybe, like, fair enough, we're thinking, oh, we need to get a left winger that maybe forces Martinelli out of the team. But what if you find a good player that does the job, that can potentially grow into someone that will force Martinelli out of the team? Like, Rodrigo and Williams aren't the only left wingers in world football, guys. I kind of want to see more from our scouting team. You know, I feel like, okay, cool, Rodrigo, great, but you know he's not going to come. Williams, you know he's not going to come. Why are we doing this? Doesn't make any sense to me, right? But buy that winger and buy a left back, because Zinchenko's got to go. There's no way you're going to play Miles Lewis-Skelly every single game. There's no way. You can't do that. And Calafiori as well. But I kind of like Calafiori centre-back. I don't know. Given all the injuries he had in defence this season, maybe I have PTSD. I'm thinking we need one more. We could probably get away with getting rid of Zinchenko and not buying another left back. We probably could get away with that with 3 centre backs, 2 people play left back, Ben White and Timber, who all of them, I guess the good thing for us is they're all fluid and they can all play centre back as and when. So maybe we don't need Zinchenko, but at least those first 3 we definitely need. And then Thomas Partey leaving. That's weird to me. That is weird to me, because if you asked me in January, I would have said, let him go on a free. You know, like, good, you've done good for us, blah, blah, blah. You've been a good servant, but injury record, I don't want to give you a new contract. And kudos to Partey. At the end of the day, I ain't mad at him. You know, he's past 30. This is probably going to be his last big contract. He has to do what's wise for himself, for his family. I'm just annoyed. I'm just annoyed that it's just typical Arsenal. Like, if you're not going to meet a man's demands, contract demands, like, why are we... It just doesn't make any sense to me. So if he goes, we're going to need another, because that's Jorginho and Partey going. We definitely need... That means we need to buy another midfielder on top of Zubimendi, because you're losing a lot of experience, right? You're losing experience in that midfield, and it's just time. It's just time to be able... Sorry, I got distracted. You're losing key players in that midfield. So I think what's really necessary is for us to be able to balance that and bring in another midfielder. I don't think we can survive with just Marino, Erdegaard, Declan Rice. No, we're gonna need at least two midfielders, and on top of that, like we forget Fabio Vieira's coming back. He needs to be sold. I wouldn't be surprised if Arteta's going to try and do this nonsense where he plays Havertz in midfield. There's a lot of work. There's work that needs to be done, but this is my focus. I couldn't care less what Liverpool are doing. If we do our thing, call it arrogant, but I just want to focus. My focus is the club just needs to do what they need to do. The club doesn't need to try and compete with City. I'm not scared of, call it arrogant, call it prideful. I'm not scared of City buying Ryan Aït-Nouri, though that's a sick signing. I'm not scared of City buying Reinders. I'm not scared of Shirky. Those are all good signings. Delap, good signing. Verts, these are good signings. Kirkes, good signings. Frimpong, good signings. Right? Cunha, good signings. But I'm not going to focus on that because we got work to do. And I think this is the thing. I think fans' attention needs to be focused, specifically Arsenal fans. We need to focus on the club. Just needs to do what they do, needs to do what they need to do, and this is the thing. It's like it's annoying, but we have to say this every season, and sometimes get disappointed. But judge the team by the end of the window. If by the end of the window we've done what we need to do and we filled these positions, I couldn't care. I'm not gonna say, oh man, but they signed this player. No. Get us what we need in enough time, and we're good to go. That's it. And we're going to need it because of the fixtures. Moving on to the fixtures, what Arsenal have got, in case you missed it, Arsenal have United away, blockbuster first game of the season, Leeds at home, Liverpool away, third game of the season, Nottingham Forest at home, Man City at home. Whew, sheesh. Right, Opta ranked our start to the season as the second hardest. They ranked United as the hardest. So who've United got? United have got Arsenal at home, Fulham away, Burnley at home, City away, Chelsea at home. If you ask me, I don't think... Yeah, let's look at these fixtures. Man United away. Most likely that'll be a draw. I would love a win, but most likely that'll be a draw because we should beat a team like United. But I know my team. Gonna go there, do what we usually do some sort of nonsense. I would love a win, but I can see a draw. Leeds at home. I mean, all respect to Leeds, but you'd expect to beat Leeds. Liverpool away. I can't see us winning that. Probably the best result we can look for there is a draw. I can't see it, especially this early in the season with some of the nonsense we're seeing now in the team. A lot can happen in a month. A lot can happen in the next couple of weeks. We can do all sorts of announcements and whatnot, transfer-wise, but Liverpool away so early in the season, that's a tough one. Nottingham Forest at home. Oh yeah, I forgot. Forest are a good team. But we should beat them at home. I think that's 3 points. City at home. I think as good as City are, Pep, we should beat them at home. We should be. I low-key think we've kind of got their number the past couple of seasons. City have not beaten us since what? Since the hammering of the season that they beat us at the Etihad, 22-23 season. City haven't beaten us. Yeah, so I think we got their number. It's tough, but I'm backing us to win these games. Of course I am. Obviously, Arsenal fan. But these are tough fixtures, so we need to have our signings sorted and ready, locked and loaded. Now, to talk about the other teams, not to compare to Arsenal, just talking about the other teams, all right? I'm not happy that Tottenham have got Thomas Frank as a boss. I'm not happy at all because I actually rate Thomas Frank. I think he's a good manager. And Spurs fans, don't shoot me, but all I'm going to say is this. As much as I rate Thomas Frank and I can't see him doing a bad job at Tottenham, it's about conditions. What did Thomas Frank have at Brentford? Tons of stability. Great relationship with the owners. He had no change for years. And he took his time. And because there was a while, not last season, but the season before, Brentford were under real pressure. They looked like they were going to get relegated. This was not this season, just gone the season before. And they turned it around, you know. And Thomas Frank... I don't know. He's a really good manager, but I just think the whole patience factor, the time you have, You won't have that at Tottenham, especially with a guy like Levy. And not to mention the Champions League as well. Brentford, what's one of the best things about Brentford? Every time you played them, it's almost like they had a perfectly calibrated game plan for their opposition, because that's how you know my man is a really good coach, because you can see it. You can see he has enough time in the week to prepare for the opposition, and you can see it in the way they approach their matches, especially away from home against the big teams. You can see they're a well-coached team. You will not have that at Tottenham. You're going to need to get used to playing on a Saturday and only having 3 days. Then you got a game in the Champions League. And then a couple days later, you got a game in the Premier League. You're not going to have that length of time. So I'm curious to see Thomas, not just how this works with Spurs. I hate Spurs. I really like Thomas Frank. I'm curious to see his evolution as a coach. Really, really good manager. It's nothing Spurs, don't care about them. Liverpool, though, bad boy signing, Florian Wirtz. That is a bad boy signing. Kirkes is also a bad boy signing. Frimpong is a good signing. Not bad boy, but good signing. I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. Liverpool taking 2 players from Leverkusen. Mad. Yeah, and it's just like, it's mad because, like, maybe this is what Liverpool were locking and loading for by not buying many players last summer. Who knows? I don't know. But that's a really good signing. Like, all I know is the league is going to be sick this season, because Florian Wirtz playing for Liverpool is mad. That's a madness. Like, I'm taking that in. Like, my thing is, if I'm a Liverpool fan, where does he play? He's definitely going to start as the 10. Definitely going to. So he's going to start as the advanced midfielder next to McAllister as the 8 and Gravenberch. Right, so Szoboszlai is a good bench option to rotate. That's a good bench option. That's what you call really good depth. Then you got on the left, Diaz and Gakpo, good depth. Then you got Salah on the right. I do think they need a winger. I think Wirtz coming in reduces the creative burden on Salah and reduces the dependency on Salah. I think that's a good signing. But I do think they need. If I was Liverpool, I know they got Chiesa, but does he really move the needle? I think he goes. I think they should sell him. Maybe he's fit and he does a madness. Who knows? He's meant to be the Salah cover, but I don't know. Can you rely on him? But that Liverpool squad looking strong, man. Frimpong on the right with Conor Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk. Obviously, Konsa's going. If I was there, maybe buy another centre-back. But Liverpool looking strong. Be interesting. And City as well. Right? Aït-Nouri is a sick signing, man. That is a sick signing. He's exactly what City need as well, because I feel like, I don't know what it is. I think City used to have the best fullbacks. Like they did. Like I remember Kyle Walker and Mendy like bombing down, and City used to, then Liverpool obviously took over that, but City used to have really, really great fullbacks. But now ever since Guardiola kind of made their fullbacks like centre-backs, it's different. And then I know Rico Lewis can play right back, but Aït-Nouri is like kind of like a throwback to proper Guardiola fullback, Dani Alves type of fullback that can get forward, wing back. For me, that's a sick signing. Reinders, I don't know too much about him. I hear he's good. I'm not going to come here and say, yeah, he's I've not seen him. I've not really seen much of him. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he does. Obviously, I don't want them to do well, but Cherki is a bad boy signing. Cherki is a sick signing. I don't know why teams didn't go for him. I genuinely don't understand that. Like, there must be something, because there's no way a guy that talented, that good, who has clearly been showing himself. He showed himself as a good player, Europa League, has done bits for Lyon in the French League. People say French League, but PSG won the Champions League this season, so we can't say Farmers League. I don't know why teams didn't go in for him. Must be a reason, but let's see. Chelsea, Delap is a good signing. That's a good signing. And for me, and the thing is, I think Jackson gets hate. If I was Chelsea, I would play Delap as a striker, and I'd play Jackson as a winger. I'd play Jackson as a left winger. Jackson because my man, even Club World Cup, there was a chance he got the ball, and the way he turned his man. I know it's LAFC, but the guy's got good technique. It's just that when he gets into the box, he kind of lets himself down. But he He's a handful, man. He can stretch defenses. He can beat his man one-on-one. He's got great physical strength. I think he gets a bad rap, but Chelsea could make that work, especially you got Sancho going. Mudrik's going to be banned. If I was Chelsea, let Noni and Neto fight it out for that right wing place. And if I was them, I'd get Jackson on the left. Otherwise, they need to buy a winger. And I'm interested to see specifically Chelsea what's going to happen with their midfield, because obviously Enzo's actually doing the job of an 8. He's arriving late and he's scoring goals. But if I'm Chelsea, probably their best midfield 3, if we're being honest, because every time Lavia plays, sick. So Lavia and Caicedo with Palmer as the Roman 10, that's Chelsea's midfield. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Enzo, because that's a £100 million man. That's not someone who's going to want to ride the bench. So I'm curious. And United, Cunha is a really good sign. I've been saying it. Cunha is a good signing for United. I think so. For the way Amorim wants to play with a striker up top and 2 10s behind him, Fernandes and Cunha are going to have fun. They're going to toy with teams. That's a really good signing. Like, that's someone who gives you instant creativity and goals. That's a really, really good signing. I think if United can get him and then get a striker, get a good striker, Ekitike. If I was them, I would go for Ekitike over Gyökeres. Younger, performed well across different leagues. Did bits in the Europa League as well. I would go Ekitike over Gyökeres if I was United. This guy's going to be a baller and higher potential, higher ceiling. So yeah, guys, that's what I wanted to say. Stay tuned for the next video. Much love.